How you doing, Swabby Dobby with Perfect Touch Auto Glass here today. We're working on a 2012 Honda Odyssey. First thing we want to do, which I already did at the distributor, was check the glass, make sure there wasn't any imperfections or scratches or anything like that. Once you get back on the site, you want to check it, make sure she's clean. Now, what I want to do, is scuff up the quick brand. Some people use a Scotch-Brite, and then after a couple of uses, they have to discard the Scotch-Brite. So you can just take a wire brush and get better results, because we want to scuff it up. It kind of creates these little grooves so that when you put the urethane on it, the urethane will grip on it like this and lock on it better. So glass prep is important, which I'll show you. I already notified the customer that the previous installer had put universal molding on the windshield, so it's best for me to put universal molding back on the windshield rather than going with OEM. Which also brings me to this video, is that not a lot of people know how to install Honda Odyssey windshields. So today, I already know that I'm going to be using a lot of improvisation techniques, because I'm assuming the worst with the Honda Odyssey, and it usually is because not too many people know how to install Honda Odyssey windshields. So let's go check this out. So first things first, I noticed that there's a universal molding on here, which I already notified the customer that we're gonna go back with universal molding. Also, I'm assuming that they do not, and most of them do not know how to remove this exterior molding. So I'm already assuming that they didn't broke the clips, and also they didn't glue this down. And that goes for this side too. I'm assuming that they broke all the clips and they glued this down. Also, we see a little warpness here, a little gap space. It's even bigger on this side. So automatically, can you see this gap space here and here? Automatically, I know that I'm at least run the bottom glue higher than what I previously do to get this kind of lay down smoother. So next one we want to do is do a complete removal of the cap. Okay. Pop this off. To remove this cover plate, which just slides down. Same thing for here. And this reveals the bolts on these Odysseys. That just slides down as well. We want to go ahead and remove that. You want to also take note of the positioning of the wipers. I know it's an offset here. So take a mental picture of where the wipers is set. I like to place everything up under the vehicle. Some situations you gotta let this hood down to get to the other wiper. Like so. again, I like to place the bolts on the floorboard. So I know where everything's at. Honda Odysseys are big windshield. However, I think they're one of the easiest windshields to install, excluding the exterior molding. The exterior molding is gonna get me every time because I don't know its condition. So move these 3 little tabs. Yeah. Let's see what we looking like. Yeah. Should just slide out. I should remove all that. Should just slide out. Like so. And once you move that, just place that aside somewhere. Now we're about to remove the exterior molding. You could start from the bottom. I prefer to start from the top. With Honda, you want to come underneath on this side. Honda works best from the exterior. But I always just like to see what we got going on here. Yeah. Really hard to tell. Some of the dirt. Muck underneath. And you can come from the outside. It appears. And should be able to find and release the tab. Jeez. Difficult to see. I'm wondering, is it glued down? Okay. It's so dirty, I can barely see it. It's going to come from the outside like here. And there are tabs. You just have to find them. Push on them to release the molding from the jump. I really can't see this one. This one's so far down. And boom. So we was able to remove the exterior molding, and we was able to not damage anything. So these are still reusable. They're still reusable. So that's a good thing. Let's get the other side. This just came off. This just popped off. So what this means is that they have broke the exterior clip and they used glue to mount it down. Which I was expecting this. Really cannot see anything. I think this side truly feels like it's been glued down as well. Yeah. I feel like this whole side has been glued down. I feel like this whole side has been glued down. Try to break it free, yeah. Those things been glued. What I'm avoiding, I'm trying to avoid me having to go get my long knife, slice up in here. Which is good. It's pretty good. This is a normal occurrence of these Hondas. And then I'm going to show you once I get it off. There you go. She's releasing. But we can't assume that all of them are glued, so we have to take precautions and check each area out there. Yep, this is glued as well. And I'm going to show you, this whole thing is glued. Then after we get it off, we're going to assess the damage and see if there's something we can do about it. Because in some cases, the retainer is usable, but they broke the clip on the side. So in this case, well, as you can see right here, they broke this retainer. This right here is still salvageable. They broke this one, salvageable right here. Salvageable right here. And salvageable right there. So this is an inexperienced technician. See how they glued it down? They glued the molding down. They glued the molding down. They glued the molding down. Let me widen this down so y'all can see better. And they glued the molding down. They was able to save this side, but they wasn't able to save this side, and they glued it down. Like I said, I can reuse this. I got new retainer clips. This side right here. I'm gonna put a retainer clip right there. I'm gonna put a retainer clip right here, even though they broke the retainer on the molding, and just a little dab of glue. And that's what we got. I need to go ahead and cut that off. Let's cut the glue corners off. See what they did was glued over the retainer clips. These are no more good. And I just removed, I got replacement retainer clips for them. This is an inexperienced technician. Truth be told, I can't even really say that because that could have been done by the first person who ever replaced this windshield. This windshield probably could have been replaced 3 or 4 times, and whoever came behind them just reiterated the same steps. But who knows? All we know is that I'm here, and this right here is called improvising. When I was in school at Safe Light, it literally was a category. And it was a category of being able to improvise, coming up on certain situations, and this definitely is a certain situation. And honestly, when dealing with Honda Odyssey, exterior molding and bottom cowl warping, that really is the concern. In fact, that is a big issue. Can't ignore the fact that this is a big windshield. go nowhere without my handy dandy dash protector. This thing right here will save you a lot of headache. Someone's telling me to pull out the, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. Work smarter, not harder. I'm gonna pull out the corded power tool versus than using the battery operated one. So we all plugged up. Get some water in there. This is soap water. This is just tap water with a squig of dishwashing fluid. And for your power tool. Should be all you really need. Here I'm going with the Stingray. It's corded. The reason why I chose this Stingray is corded. Now I ain't got to worry about the battery dying. The batteries get old. You have to replace some batteries. You come about $150. As long as I got a power source, we rocking. And I'm about to replace some of these clips on this side. Once you get it loose 3/4 of the way, I can set up my quick set. Some of you may have it, some of you may not have it. Other people use other devices. Some people go raw dog. Such a cups work best when you got a clean surface. This cleanest surface. Better. Let's cut out the other side. You got plenty of slack. Watch a glass rack. Now what I do know is I want to replace this clip. I gotta put a new clip on over there. I want to replace this bottom one. And this one right here. Let's just go ahead and remove these. That's basically this two-sided tape. Just remove it from the back side. Remove from the back side. And also, it's a special type of two-sided tape that the distributors try to replicate, but it's bull crap. So if it ain't coming from the dealer, I don't recommend using a two-sided tape. That's on the brand new clips. I'm gonna show you what to do. Right now, it's time to remove the old adhesive. Now, because of the warped cowl, I want to raise the windshield up so that it'll be more flush with the cowl. There's two ways I can do that. I can remove this bottom strip of adhesive, and then I can cut a real big bead. But the thing about cutting a real big bead, the taller it get, the weaker it get, and it'll flop over. That'd be defeating the purpose. Or I can leave this adhesive here. I can leave this adhesive here because it's already up about 1/4 of an inch, and then I can just run my bead on top of that, which is going to raise it. But I'm also going to run a taller bead, so I'm going to have extra height here. I'm going to have extra height everywhere. That's with Hondas for real. Mainly Hondas. Down here in the southeast, Richmond, Virginia. Technically, this is Henrico. Like I say, these Honda clips come with this weird two-sided tape. The distributors, the OEM glass manufacturers try to replicate it, but it's bull crap. So I'm gonna tell you what to do, which is gonna be later. Now we just wanna remove all this stuff. That's all I want to remove. Clean her up. just soap water. And you want a clean surface. Y'all, what I'm gonna do, I don't like this top clip. Let me go ahead and replace that too. Don't say, why don't you just replace all of them? No, because if it's functional, don't mess with it. And these replacement clips, like sometimes they don't even be having them junk. Sometimes the distributor don't even be having them junk. So that could have been a situation with that technician, or battery replacement junk. Sometimes they don't even have them. So can't even just really fault the technician. Can't even really fault them, because on that day they probably ain't had none. Me, also, I'm gonna tell you, these are on the package. These are 32 to 38 WTF clips, but you can also use what are they at? 29 something. 29, 25 clips. Same clips. So you can use those as well. This is clean. You want it clean. What they say? Cleanliness is next to godliness. And that's why y'all always wear your PPE, because something just flung in my eye. Always practice good PPE. There was some debris picked up from the brush, flung in my eye. You ain't want no glass or anything. So what I like to do after that, we come through with a disinfect wipe. A lot of people don't do it. I do it. I like to clean the A-pillars. Clean the A-pillars and the dash. The dash good wipe down. I mean, just looks better for a more better presentation, and the customer like it. So where we at? Glass is prepped. Pinchware is clean. Now we need to prime the pinchware. So let's do that. For what I'm about to do, because of the molding, this bad boy to stick, I'm going to prime where the two-sided tape was. But I'm leaving a 1/4 inch. I'm leaving a 1/4 inch on top and bottom clear. That way I can line it up. That way I can line it up when I need be. Now I got two options. I can place them on there. I put a little adhesive on the backside and place them on there now. Or I can attach them to the molding and put the whole molding on. That decision is totally up to me. Some say, go ahead and just stick them on there now. So we're going with these PCK 3282 molding. Like I said, the PCKs 2925 are exactly identical. And you can see where the distributor trying to replicate that two-sided tape. It ain't really all that strong. It's bull crap. I'm gonna tell you what to do. I'm gonna show y'all the first one, and then I'm gonna cut the camera on because it's gonna take a little while. Just put a little adhesive on there, and because I primed it, I know it's gonna dry. And the reason why I ain't paint, the reason why I left a 1/4 inch gap is so I can line it up in the correct spot. That right there is on it. I got the clips all the way back on the vehicle. I got the clips back on the vehicle, but like I said, on the driver's side, they had broke the retainer part like this. It's actually supposed to be two. This right here is also supposed to be right here. As long as I still got that one, I'm good to go. And like I said, we good everywhere else. So what I'm gonna end up doing is just putting a dab of glue, just a dab of glue, no primer, no nothing on there, and that should take care of that. But at the same time, I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna come back and so it's time to run the glue. I got my quick set up. I got the tape over there. I got the quick set up on the windshield. It's time to run the bead. down. Eyeball the vent. Eyeball again. Come over on the other side. Adjustment. Good. Move that. I got it on here. But I'm not pressing it out. So I want to check my sign. I'm going to do a quarter right here. I'm like a quarter right here. So we're in a good position. You can go ahead and give her a press out. But before I do that, everything good?
Yeah, how's it coming?
Everything's coming along. I just got the windshield in, about to press it out and put it together.
Nice.
I'm thinking maybe 15 more minutes. I had to put brand new clips on there because the previous installer had broke all the clips and they had glued it down. So I removed everything, put brand new clips up. So that took like an additional 20 minutes. A little tedious work.
Gotcha. Yeah, my brother had that car down in St. Croix or something, broke a windshield down there.
Oh, okay.
Well, thanks, man.
I found you should get a good press out. Make sure you get a good press out. Side motor back on. You got brand new side motor. Brand new side motor. Like I say, I put a dab of glue there, no primer, no nothing. So it'll hold, but when you need to remove it, you can just pull it off. Put primer on there, it ain't going nowhere. That's what you don't want. Just line it up. Technically, the wiper blades was installed improperly, but I put them on correctly. This also shows how inexperienced that technician was. He had them offset, this vehicle didn't require that. It required nose to nose. So put it back the way it's supposed to be. And most, not all, but most windshields were literally leave a dot. These dots on the windshield to basically tell you this is where the wiper goes. This is how the wiper's supposed to go.